This week, several earthquakes were detected in South Texas, including an uncommon 4.0 magnitude one. Researchers at the University of Texas are trying to understand what factors determine how an earthquake behaves. Their attention is focused on New Zealand. Our Nick Bannon spoke to them about why.
Andrew Gase joins us, a former postdoctoral fellow at UT Institute for Geophysics. Andrew, your research while at UT looked at the relationship between underground water and earthquakes in New Zealand. What did you end up finding?
Yeah, so in New Zealand, there's a very large fault that's well known for causing these earthquakes that we call slow earthquakes. They happen over weeks to months instead of big earthquakes that cause a lot of shaking right away. And we wanted to know what's inside the fault. And so we used a tool called seismic imaging. It's kind of like medical ultrasound. And we use that to look inside the fault. We found that there are these buried volcanoes and they contain a lot of water within them. So we think that might play some role in the earthquake cycle.
In this particular instance, from what I understand, you think the presence of the water may dampen the earthquakes. Is that right? But is it possible that water could enhance earthquakes in a different type of situation?
Yeah, so we think that the water in these rocks is so much that it plays some role in dampening earthquakes. But also water and rocks can sometimes cause earthquakes to occur. And so it's a very complicated process. We're working with other scientists to try to figure that out. But we do think that, yes, it's playing some role in maybe dampening earthquakes.
As far as your findings here in New Zealand, what implications could that have on other fault lines and earthquakes in other parts of the world?
Yeah, so fault lines around the world sometimes have different types of earthquake behavior. Some of them cause these really large earthquakes with tsunamis, and then other ones can have these slow earthquakes, and sometimes they happen both in the same place. And so we want to know if the types of rocks inside the fault play some role in the types of earthquakes that we see. And so this has importance for other areas around the world, like in Japan or off the west coast of the US, where there are other large faults.
Well, as your research continues, be sure to reach out to us again and let us know where it leads.
Right,
Andrew Gase, former postdoctoral fellow at UT's Institute for Geophysics. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.